what is the obstacle that's stopping us from doing this? It's the access to these locations. It's the reasoning behind, well, I don't know. I don't know nobody to go with. The guy's always like, I don't know nobody to go. I don't know who be on that. Well, here we are, God mode. I provide the platform, the access to it. Like, there are things, and if you're vibrating in that frequency, there's always going to be things that show themselves that serve you. So you really have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I vibrating on a frequency that attracts this reality to me? Or am I in a space that really I want to just go watch the game? I don't really want to be in nature, but I talk about it, but I really don't want to. You have to really, truly want to, and just go with yourself.
Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Towards Light podcast. I'm your one and only host, Walker Williams, and this is a place where you can learn, you can grow your consciousness, and you can be your best self. Now, today we have a special episode. We in the heart of nature with the one and only Peace. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing fantastic, swell. I'm feeling amazing.
You know, this right here is a special episode because not only do I have a special guest, but like this weekend has been something like amazing. Like, this is for my soul, for other people, like with quality time of men and growth and meditation, yoga. Like, this is a very important thing that we doing. Like, this weekend has been amazing. Can we like just touch on just some of the things that we did this week, and what was it? Like, what is the reason of this retreat?
Yeah, most definitely appreciate that, and I'm glad your experience has been, very, very memorable to this point.
Yeah.
This is the God Mode retreat, so it's for Black men to come to nature, to be able to heal themselves, to be able to commune with Brotherhood, to be able to ground with the Mother Earth, to be able to relieve stress, to be able to collectively network and really formulate that old time energy where men get together on greater good. So this weekend has been amazing, from hiking to comedic yoga to jumping into waterfalls that are the temperature 40 degrees and below, chanting, bonfires, drumming, amazing catered food.
Oh my gosh.
That was unexpected at that, and then it just was like a surprise.
Yeah.
So many conversations, so many rabbit holes, and just really going into places that helped us to break out of our shells.
Exactly.
And a lot of us were new and didn't know each other collectively. We knew one person or maybe other, but collectively we all met new people.
Yeah, for sure. And this, for me, like, this has been something that my soul has craved for years. Like, you didn't know this, but like that night that we came here and the stars was out and we was setting the tent up, like, I got emotional, because it's like, wow, like I'm really living that manifestation that I was when I was 24, 25. Like, I want to be around a group of men that is on the same wavelength, that can understand me and see me for who I am, And this was like, I don't know, like it was so real. Cause even just with the tents too, like we got to set up tents, and this is my first time camping for real. So that was an experience in itself. Like, what is the importance of getting out in that nature and getting tents and seeing the stars, and like what do you think that can do for us as Black men and our culture?
Yeah, so it's so many different areas that practice hits.
Yeah.
But I'll try to keep it to a couple, right? So the main things that I identify that are beneficial to Black men when you're camping outside in nature. First off, the economics of manual labor. So being able to learn how to pitch a tent. A lot of men don't even know how to put a tent up. Like, it was your first time, right? Like,
That
so,
was my first time.
and
Yeah.
it's a non-judgment zone. Like,
Hmm.
it's not a normal thing in our society to know how to put a tent up because we don't really be outside like that. Everything in our society drives us away from being connected to earth and our nature instinct. So it's so important to learn how to properly like assemble a tent, and also understanding the dynamics behind that hard labor, like being able to put together a tent, which is like, being able to build a house, being able to fix a car. Like, it's just being able to do that, and we assisted each other in that. You weren't alone. So doing that over good conversation, it was at night. It
It was
was
at night too.
like
Yeah.
bugs flying around, and we did it like crazy. It was
We was
dark,
just relying off of
so
your flashlight that
yeah,
you
a
had.
headlight, and the bugs was trying to attach to that, so it was crazy. But that is like something like super. The first thing I would say that's super beneficial,
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it builds bonds too. It's like to do this with men and to like ground yourself in nature. We lost so much connection with nature in our society and even in our community. Like, and I think these moments is something that, one, it stays with you, and two, like it makes you want to get more of it. Like, I'm keeping my tent. I'm ready to camp like as
Yeah.
soon as possible after this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's nothing like being in a tent. Like, that experience our first night was just because throughout in my tent, like, I was able to see the stars while I'm going to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing better than, like, yeah, we in a city, and you get used to the city life, and you get used
Yeah.
to going out, going to clubs, and da this, da that. But I don't think it's no better peace in the world of just being surrounded by nature, being surrounded by love, being surrounded by that, around people of the equal yoke as you, and that want to see the best in you, that see the best in you, and you get to really be centered in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different feeling. Like, this whole trip has been a different feeling, and it's definitely, I feel like it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely needed. And so I want to ask you too, like, with everything, like us getting to this point of the God Mode retreat, like, we had a lot of time to actually talk and share our history and share our our past. And I think I definitely want to go to that point of, like, how did you get here from your upbringing? I know that you were from South Florida, but, like, how did that transition into holding retreats and holding space for other brothers? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what was that thing that make you say, no, I want to do this. I need to be on this path for my people and myself. But,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got the ant was crawling, and that's also a big thing. Is like getting comfortable with nature and knowing that like things aren't out to harm you. Like, in majority of instances, unless you harm a species or animal, like for instance, an ant was just on me, I just like brushed it off instead of like killing it or flicking it. I
yes.
try to be like more like in tune with nature and understand that when you
Yes.
are a natural being, which we are organic, these animals and these creatures aren't out here to harm us. They're just interested and intrigued by our energy. And actually, animals coming to you shows that your energy is actually a good vibration. So yeah, that was
100%.
interesting. But yeah, for sure. So I grew up in South Florida. I grew up in Deerfield Beach, Pompano Beach area. And as you know, like some of the people that we know that are big and famous in the area, like Kodak Black is from Pompano Beach, right? You got people like
Mm-hmm.
Ace Hood that's from Deerfield Beach, like YNW Melly, he's from
Yeah,
Broward County, like
yeah.
in that vicinity, So we have so many different people that personify like a embodiment of that area through music, through visuals, and we kind of know like it could be a hard life, especially growing up
Yes.
for me. I believe that it's gotten a lot better now, but when I grew up, it was at its worst, I believe, and I was just surrounded by a lot of poverty, a lot of poor decisions being made, a lot of bad leadership in the community, and of course, a lot of drugs, a lot of violence, and gang activity. I always loved nature, but I was also afraid of nature because I didn't have a
Ooh.
father that took me camping. I wasn't in the Boy Scouts and things like that. So I more took a liking towards sports. But I used to find myself always wanting to go for jogs and runs. I would drive 30 minutes to the beach from my house, which is east side, nice side of town. I would park my car at the gas station and just like jog through, like by the water. I will always go and do things like that. I will always like look for like these nature escapes and different parks and duck offs that have nature and just sit there and just like, chill and relax and just like breathe. And I didn't understand like my inclination for being in nature then. I just thought like, yeah, I just like being like by myself at the park. I didn't know that how impactful that was to be like in nature. So, fast forward into this moment, I went through a lot of health crises in my earlier 20s. I'm 34 now. So I definitely went through a lot of health crises. I went through a lot of mental crises where, I found myself like overly stressed, having anxiety, trying to identify like what my purpose was, who am I, and at the end of the day, nature always saved me. So for me, it's nature and music, and playing music in nature is like the ultimate paradise for myself. So being able to bring an experience to the brothers in the community, and not specifically just men, but black men that don't get this opportunity that often, I found it as like a mission to serve the community. If that makes sense to you, like it
Yes.
just became a mission naturally.
Wow. Yeah, and that's why I said it's destined too, because out of all the routes and destinations you could have led, it could have led you to growing coming from where you came from,
Mm-hmm.
you still was able to get out of that and lead a better path for not only you but the lineage after you and the people that surround you, which is important. Now, you said that it's nothing like playing music in nature and stuff like that. Like I was talking about this with you earlier about the drums,
Mm-hmm.
and you also make actual music. I'm gonna link that in the bio. Like you
Facts,
actually got
facts,
some
yeah,
fire music too, by the way.
yeah.
But last night at the bonfire, it was a crazy vibe. Like he was playing the drums, I got to play some instruments, and like we was just vibing. Like, when did you start getting into playing the drums and
Mm-hmm.
performing as well? Like you do
Yeah.
performance and you play the drums and you do this. Like what was that? Like when did that start for you? Like when would the love of music enter too?
Mm-hmm.
What around like what time was that?
I was like as early as 4. Yeah. The
Wow.
My mom got me some bongo drums at the age of 4. I started playing around with those, but the big influence was my grandfather. He was a jazz musician. So in my grandmother's house, in the like extra room they had, which is the house I actually ended up growing up in,
Peace.
he
Safe travels.
he had a in that room he had all these instruments, so guitars, drums, conga, bongos, and I used to just be in awe. And he used to blast. Hot 105 is the station down south.
Yeah, for sure, for
He
sure.
used to blast this station called Hot 105, which is the like smooth jazz oldies, like. And after a certain time at night they played jazz music, so he used to blast that in the house. So I just became so inspired. And then I went to a performing arts elementary school, but it was a black performing arts elementary
Really?
school. So they had a drum line. So when I was in the 4th grade, I was in the drum line playing the bass drum, snare, tenor, cymbals. Like we actually had a marching band, a drum line, like another ant. They and it's black ants, so they feel good. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you got a leaf in your hair.
For real?
Yeah, right there on the top, right?
Right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There it goes. Yeah,
Thank you.
nature's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But thanks for catching that, because I
Yeah,
would have had the whole video with the leaf in my
the
head.
leaf. Yeah, but yeah. So being influenced from that, and then going into music through like the drumline, performing arts, I was juggling sports. So I would do music and I would do sports. I didn't see music as a real career opportunity because of the neighborhood I grew up in. So I really thought that like music was just something you do for fun, but it's not nothing to aspire to be. And
Mm.
I actually put my energy and time more into sports. So when I
Wow,
got
yeah.
into middle school, it was just all sports, and I dropped my love for music. I didn't do any music. I just like focused on being like an athlete. Got to high school, kept focusing on being an athlete, and then I started like rapping and stuff for fun. Just like at the
Mm.
lunchroom, like we'd be beating on the tables. That's when the clips beat was crazy. The grinding, do do
Yeah.
do do
Hey.
do do do,
Grinding.
grinding,
Yeah.
yo. So we was doing that, and but it's nothing I ever took seriously. We even burned
Mm.
like songs on CDs and listened to them in the car. But went through college, and after I graduated college, I felt a devoid. Like I felt devoid of like something in my spirit, and it was music. So I used to DJ in college. I picked up DJing, and I used to be
Dang.
DJing. I used to be like, yo, I just was in love with the act of DJing, but that
Yeah.
was just music trying to find a way through me to come back out. And I ended up just like surrendering to the act of like being a musician and not looking for results based on that. That's the biggest thing. Is
Mhm.
like sometimes we let the 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 pursuit of results or outcomes dictate how we execute or perform a task or pursue a goal. So I wanted to like I was stuck on like I want to be rich from music. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be famous, right? Where really I didn't care. I just want to do music cuz it makes me feel happy. When I was younger, I didn't understand that. So I was stuck on the fact of like if I make music, I want to be famous doing it. And for me that seemed too big. I couldn't see how that would be possible. So it limited me from even doing anything at all. And once I understood that I really don't care about the results, I just do it because I love doing it, then that's when I started to like play the drums more, and that's when I started to like record music more. And then now I'm just like it naturally spreads to the people and it grows itself because it's truly organic, and I'm not doing it for likes or for streams or for any type of recognition, and it feels organic.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. It's not for the results, and you can get caught into the results for sure. You can get caught into the result. I think something just bit me.
You think so?
I don't know, but we cool. We chilling.
Yeah, it's fun in being in nature. It's
Yeah,
natural. Like
yeah,
you see us flicking like
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, but look, what I was gonna say though is, I think it's beauty in just once you have a passion,
Mhm.
you love it so much you don't care about what comes with it. Like this is something that you love to do.
Mhm.
And even with myself, like all like honesty and like sometimes I can get caught into the results of it and I have to tell myself it's not about that. Like it's not about the likes, it's not about the views, it's not about the reaction. It's like, do you truly love this? And
Mhm.
if you do,
Mhm.
do it regardless of whatever the turnout is, because it don't matter what the turnout is because you love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the true love and passion for something.
Mhm.
Because if you just doing it just to trying to gain from it,
Mhm.
it's not gonna really mean nothing to you. It's not you're not gonna really put your all into it because you just trying to get the money or you trying to get like the popularity or whatever. Like if it comes, it comes, but it's something that you can't just rely on.
Yeah, exactly. And like it goes to show like this retreat, like I told all the guys, including yourself, it's a non-profitized model. So it's no profit built into this retreat. And I do believe in hard work and like intention deserves reward. But I also do believe that when you're blessed abundantly in different areas of life, you're able to give and do for others in different areas without seeking return.
Yes.
And I know the abundance will come in different ways, and it might not look like financially, or it could be like I do a retreat. My goal is to get, of course, like baseline where it's just zero, like you don't lose any money. But if it is a giving act, I don't believe in negatives. I don't believe in deficits. I don't believe in that. I believe in if you short yourself out $200-300, right? But these men got an amazing experience. I mean, you changed
Wow.
lives. You might have saved someone from suicide. You might have saved a brother from a domestic violence case, not even knowing it. You might have saved a person from treating his girlfriend or wife or child in a certain way or temperament issues. So it's so many things that go unnoticed that you could have done. You could have shown a man self-love and helped him to raise his self-confidence to attract that partner he desires. So I look at it that way, and I look at like the universe is going to bless me abundantly with all the things that I need, even if I'm not in a financial surplus, right? The goal is, of course, not to have to spend extra money if you don't have it, but I don't stress myself on, dang man, I didn't make my money back, or I'm not at zero, or I'm not at this type of dollar said dollar amount. I more focus on like, did I provide the experience that I set intention for? Yes or no? If yes, that experience is going to bring me abundance. If no, how can I improve to make that experience more of what I envision? And of course, there's always things to learn and improve from. And yeah, so the retreat is nonprofit based, and a lot of the guys probably will continue to be like, yo, this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I had a brother saying, like, don't short yourself. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't feel anything towards that. I feel happy. I'm happy. I'm in abundance. I'm not, like super rich or, a millionaire right now, but like, I'm not crying over anything that isn't in a surplus, or I'm not crying over a deficit, because I believe in universal law and deficits don't exist in my life. So in a negative of right said amount, like 200, right? If I was negative 200 in my life, that's just energy. I gave out energy into something that was a surplus, but then the universe is going to reward me back 1,000, 2,000, right?
Yep.
3,000. Or next year's retreat is going to be like, I didn't even look for any monetary gain, but donations will be given, or I will meet a brother that will connect me with a certain investment opportunity through the retreat, and that will end up making me 35,000 in a year.
Yeah.
It's deeper than what you just look at on the paper, so
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And that's just you doing that out of the pureness of your heart, bro. Like I can only just admire that. Because like how you said, like a lot of times if you trying to bust people pockets, it's like a lot of times they might not experience this. Like they not be able to experience the brotherly bonding that we share, especially this weekend. Like how you said, it can save somebody's life.
Yeah.
Literally, like think about it, like us going hiking and seeing the waterfall,
Mm-hmm.
even being in that, like that stuff can give you a new perception. It can give you a new way of thinking about life. Like, and especially knowing that you got people around you
Yeah.
that see you and
Yeah.
understand you
Yeah.
and won't judge you.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a whole different game changer. So it's like what you doing is just like it's going to come back to you. It's going to abundance is coming to you because you putting that out there.
Mm-hmm.
You giving out abundance of love, abundance of just space for men to. So it's like it's only right for the universe to give that back to you. So that's amazing, man. That's definitely amazing. Cause like I said, for me, I wanna ask you this though. What was your favorite part about this retreat though? Do you have a favorite moment?
The favorite moment was the waterfall, and us getting to that waterfall. We went down 650 steps.
Oh my, hey man, hey.
650 steps.
That stairs was my teacher
It was crazy.
yesterday.
So just going down, and we couldn't even see where like the destination was for the longest time. And once we got to the bottom, the just walking up to the waterfall and like looking at all the guys and seeing everybody's face light up, like it's like when you take like your kids right to Disney World, you just like see them like see the castle for the first time.
Man,
I saw a guy's face light up, and we were like little boys, like we were jumping in the water. We were like, we just the energy of like having to protect, provide, having to worry about finance, having to worry about bills, having to think about all these things, the mundane tasks and the requirements of a male in today's society. You literally saw it fall away, and everybody was in a childlike state. And that literally that was it for me. That was everything. Like that was all I needed. And then he captured, yourself, you captured like insane footage of me just sitting in the water. Like it's crazy. It's like it's just crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy. These type, like how you said, these type of environments bring out the inner child in you.
Yeah.
Cause what did we used to do when we was kids?
Go outside, play.
We used to be outside.
Yeah.
And once you get older, you forget how to do
We
that.
don't go outside. No. When do guys go outside of playing basketball or something, just like to chill at the park together? Nah, we go watch sports, we play sports, we go bet, we go to the casino, we go to the club, strip clubs, all these things. But like, really, why don't we do these things anymore? And what's so what what is the obstacle that's stopping us from doing this? It's the access to these locations. It's the reasoning behind. Well, I don't know nobody to go with. The guy's always like, I don't know nobody to go. I don't know who be on that. Well, here we are, God mode. I provide the platform, the access to it. Like, there are things, and if you're vibrating in that frequency, there's always going to be things that show themselves that serve you. So you really have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I vibrating on a frequency that attracts this reality to me? Or am I in a space that really I want to just go watch the game? I don't really want to be in nature, but I talk about it, but I really don't want to. You have to really truly want to, and just go with yourself. If you don't got nobody, start with yourself. Start with yourself.
I'm telling you right now, before I had y'all, it was just me. I was telling y'all, like I had my spot, like back in Memphis. I would go to Chevy Farms, and I used to just, I had my spot, and I used to just be there, pondering, manifesting, meditating, reading, journaling. Like sometimes you have to do a self mission. Sometimes, even if there's not a community, if you put in that work, if you put it out there, your community will find you.
Mm.
They will find you because all you have to do is put yourself, you have to align yourself with that frequency. And I think that's the thing that blows my mind with me, because I literally did, like, seeing that now, I literally did that. Everything that I literally wanted to experience is happening now. I had to put in that work 3 years ago though.
Facts, facts, facts.
But it appeared because I had belief and I put the action towards it. I took my ass up out of Memphis and I said, you know what? I want a new experience. I want a clean slate. I want to go somewhere else. I had to put myself out. I had a rare anomaly meeting Indigo, meeting him on the plane. That was
Plane, that
that
was
was.
crazy. On travel,
But
on a
look
travel.
what that led though.
Yeah,
Meeting Indigo led me to meeting you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
All of these things would line up and are just kind of like divine and destiny, but you have to put in the work too. And we have to be more adventurous.
Yeah, yeah. We got to step out on the edge and take more risks. Like, I moved to Atlanta, as you know. We in Georgia right now.
Yep.
I moved to Atlanta 4 months ago. I lived in South Florida my entire life. I even went to college in South Florida, well, Tampa. It's called University of South Florida, but really it's northeast Florida, northwest. Like, I don't know what's up with that, but nonetheless, like, I've been there my whole life. I've never lived in another state. Period. So me and my wife, we moved out and we went to Atlanta and took a leap on faith. And here we are at this next retreat where a large majority of the men came there. They live in Atlanta, and like, it's grown, and it was just so a divine. And then I'm closer to you, man, in like Charlotte.
4 hours away.
It's everything was just perfect, and I'm like, wow, like, like you said, like taking those leaps of faith, everything is just divinely aligned. But you left Memphis, right? You didn't
Yes.
really know how things were going to turn out. I
No.
left, South Florida. I had a plan, but I didn't really know. It's no guarantee in life. You just
Exactly.
have to do it. You have to step out on faith and do it. And I believe that all the men that came to this retreat, it's the stepping out on faith. Like, you don't know what you're going to expect. You don't know what guys you're going to meet. You don't know what the vibe's going to be like. Of course, it's
Yeah.
positive. Of course, it's a loving environment. You could be vulnerable, but it's also not easy in today's society to be vulnerable as a man. It's not easy to say, I'm going to take time for myself and step away from like this masculine essence for 2 days to just like surrender to nature. We're so stuck in like, we can't like take a day off of work. We can't take a moment for ourselves, and we think we're grinding, but really, like, taking 48 hours out for yourself will get you a year to 2 years more worth of income from those 48 hours. It's about time invested, how you do it. So when you taking, time off of work as a masculine in any way that you do work or produce, you're not losing money. You're making more money, because this is where the money is. The money is
Mm.
made from this right here, actually.
Yeah.
This is money. It's made from trees. It's made from nature. It's green. Everything around us is green. So I'm sitting in a manifestation portal right now. But to some, they have to get here to know that. They see it as like I don't have the time, or maybe they don't find the reasons to prioritize it because we're not doing something like drinking and betting, and we're not playing sports. But we have to show what the value is outside of doing the tasks that society has pinned us to. Like they want us to just bet on sports. They want us to just like turn up at the club with our homies. They don't want us to go out in the nature because this is when the masculine is strong in America, we have a strong feminine, we have a strong household. So the broken male, that's what they want. They don't want us to be doing this stuff. And here we
No,
are. Here we are.
they don't. They don't want that. And the more you connect with nature, you realize like, oh shit, like that shit really a matrix for real. You
Mm-hmm.
get away from you. It's like you have to. I feel like there's a real importance of disconnecting yourself from that fast lifestyle because it's you get into the city, it's work, people walking around, people are in a rush, people are mad or people are just yelling or whatever. Like you in this, and it's like you can get caught into that rut of just in that cycle
Mm-hmm.
like this. Like just keep going in like you doing it and you doing it till you 70. You doing it till and then it's like you retired then now you resting.
Yeah, yeah,
No, like it's so crazy like love, peace, serenity is here right now.
yeah, yeah,
You can access that here in nature. And I'm not even just, they love to say when spiritual guys they get spiritual, they want to be like, oh, I'm nature or like
yeah, yeah,
nature,
yeah. Uh-huh.
nature guy, like da
Yeah,
da da. Like, no, this is you are nature.
you are literally. You're organic. You're an organic being. Like if your body is deceased and you leave it on the ground, it's going to perish into the earth. You leave a plastic bottle on the ground, is it gonna perish in the earth?
A bottle?
A plastic bottle? Is
It
it going to
depends. It
disintegrate?
might
Is it going to be biodegradable?
it gotta be biodegradable though.
Yeah, I'm talking about a typical plastic bottle made of oil. It's going to be there in 100 years, 200. A human body won't be there for long at all. The bones is the only thing that will be left remaining. Like we're organic, and we're living in an inorganic society. We're living in a high rise. We're living in a box house or apartment. It's not circular. We look up and we don't see stars. We don't see the clouds. We don't see the
Bro,
sun. We see the ceiling. We see a ceiling fan.
bro,
Like I'm looking
get
up at
got
ceiling
it.
fan blades instead of the stars. I'm not tapped
Bro.
in
Oh my
when I'm
gosh.
inside a house. They're not built. We're not built to be living in a box, a square. But why is everything in squares in America? Like why aren't we living in circle houses?
You talking that shit now. You talking that shit
It's
now.
getting dangerous.
Yeah.
This tree not a square, is it?
No.
This mic not even a square.
No.
It's a circle. That's crazy. When have you seen a square mic?
You haven't. Yeah, and they want to keep you in that box too. That's how they want you. And it's like as above, so below, as within, so without. Whatever is around you, like this nature is within you. Have you seen like the nervous system, like all of that, like looking at those things, it's identical to limbs,
Mhm.
like the limbs on the tree, like
Yeah,
of
yeah,
how the
yeah.
whole like the inside of our human body looks like. It looked like even with our fingerprints, it looked like a tree
Tree,
stump.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you think about that, so it's like we have connection to everything around us.
Mm.
So it's not like no thing to where it's like, oh, woo woo, like you in nature. Like, no, like that's you. And I feel like the more people get locked in and tapped into nature, like the more you be able to know yourself more. Because it's no loudness.
Right. It ain't nothing going on
It's
out
no
here.
ruckus.
It
It's
ain't
silence. So
nothing.
guess what you have to do? You have to face yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at this. If we just took a pause, it's like,
Serenity. The trees. You can hear different sounds that you never hear anywhere else. Not in no city park either.
I'm telling you, like this, and being under the tree got me feeling like Buddha too. I'm
yo,
be real.
yo, I'm gonna hit them deep though.
What you got?
The realest thing about it is it ain't no women out here. I'm going deep with it.
Okay.
It's
Talk
no
to me.
it's no women out here. So women can be a big distraction. And I'm not just talking about like, random women. I'm talking about a girlfriend, a baby mother, a wife. They're not distractions, but
Yeah.
they can be a distraction.
Mm.
Meaning we choose to distract ourselves with over consuming and overly like involving ourselves in their needs and affairs, and especially children as well too. And we abandon our cup so much. So
Yes.
when you're in a space where there's just men and like there's not going to be any women to like even like entertain in your mental, that brings you to a place where you can really like take away a whole facet of the thought process, because we're naturally testosterone beings. We're naturally desiring beings, not and in no negativity. We're made to be like hunters. We're made to be like, if a woman walks past a all black male retreat and she looks decent, right? Collectively, the group's like majority of the group's going to at least look, and that's not a bad thing. But being in a space where you're not even gonna like the odds of that happening right now in this space is like one in like 100,000. I would say a million, but it could possibly. It's a campsite, but the piece of knowing that you don't have anything else to worry about outside yourself is a big thing, because a lot of times, like we do a lot for our wives, we do a lot for our children, we do a lot for our girlfriends, our partners, our mothers, our sisters. We want to like do so much, and we never like look at our self-love days. But the women, they got self-love day, self-care day. They got goddess circles, sister circles, healing
Glamping.
circles.
Glamping.
Like they always doing this stuff. Every week it's like a flyer popping up on Instagram, sister healing circle. But then you see a male
True.
a male's healing circle. It's not there. Like you see male, they have like black male like meetings, like mental health. There's certain things they have where, like, men come and sit in chairs in a room in a circle, and they might like talk about themselves and their feelings, which is great. They can be vulnerable in a space. But when do men come to nature for more than a 1 hour meeting, right?
Yeah.
During the week, when do men come out to nature where they can sit for 24 hours plus together? Because it takes time. It took time for us to start like really opening up to each other. At first,
Yeah.
it was like, "Oh, what's good, bro? Well, hey,
Yeah.
nice to meet you." We didn't really start feeling like brothers until like
The hike.
the hike,
I feel like
literally, and then the campfire at that
the
night.
campfire. The
We was
campfire did
like
it.
felt like we
We were
was
bros.
cousins. We
We
was
was bros.
we knew each other for 20 years. It take time for men to like really be vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
It don't happen in a 1 hour meeting, in a brotherhood circle once a week inside of an office building that's square on a square chair.
Yep. Yeah, and that's true because basically what you're saying is us as men have to give time for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times you feel the duty to take care of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to take care of your own self.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for women as well. Women should go out. They already have their things,
Yeah,
and they do that.
yeah. They
But
prioritize themselves more.
exactly, so it's important to do that, to separate yourself from your daily activities, to connect with people in nature in this type of environment, to get to center, to get more grounded, because these people that came probably didn't have the circle, didn't have the community. It's hard to find a community. Like how you said, it's like for 1 hour, like you meet up, do something like that. Don't really build community. That's not gonna really submit something. Like with our situation where we had, like I feel like we're submitted. Like
Yeah.
us, me, you, Wayne, Quaco, Indigo. Like we always gonna be connected from this because
Right.
it felt more than
Yeah.
just like a one retreat type thing. Like,
Yeah.
nah, let's run it back.
Yeah, literally, like today, tomorrow, like
Like-
let's next week, God mode treat coming to you, like
Like, and that's why it's so important. It's so important for these environments, and I'm grateful for you for setting this up. Like,
yeah,
it means a lot, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Now I want to ask you this: It's my favorite thing I want to ask. This is my favorite question of the show. Do you know your life purpose? What that means for you? Like, have you came to a complete like this is what it is?
Yes, I have. Uh, and this is part of it. And to be completely transparent, and I feel like those watching this need to hear this as well as yourself. It doesn't always look perfect. Sometimes we look at the leader who's doing a great thing and they don't even know how great of a thing they're doing, or they haven't even fully set in that comfort of that gift yet. So this is something that I actually was putting on the back burner a lot. And I'm obviously a musician. I play the drums. I'm a percussionist. I do sound healing, and that music side is a given. Like, yeah, my purpose is to create great music, like music that's positive, music that has good intention, music that can uplift the spirit. And I was like sticking to that. But I was for so long, I was ignoring the fact that I am a leader of men. Like, I'm a great like mentor and a leader for men, for black men.
100%.
And I was like, well, yeah, I do that, like, cause I did things in South Florida. It's called Super King Male Empowerment Circle,
Wow.
and we used to meet in the park like every other week, and do like exercise and meditate. And then I came to Atlanta, and my wife was like, yeah, like you should do the men, you should do the men's thing, you should do the and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just like I'm trying to like take my time. Like, I don't want to do too much. I'm doing music, I'm doing this, I'm doing, and like we just moved, and like I be working, and like I was just saying every excuse, everything, and it's really because I didn't feel confident that like I'm really like that's my designation. But God already chose that for me. But I haven't at the time accepted that. And even up until this retreat, I was fighting on like if like I want to accept being like a leader that brings these types of things to men, because it's a big responsibility. It can honestly be intimidating. But really, Indigo, who actually is on an episode of this podcast, if you go
Yep.
back and watch
Yep.
that, lock
Yep.
in on that, brother. He's
My
deep.
dog.
He actually kept hitting me up and was like, yo, we doing a retreat. Yo, we doing a retreat. He hit me up in January. I was like, yo, it sound good. Then I was like, yeah, maybe he'll forget. And then February came, he hit me back. And then March came, and he was like, yo. And I'm like, dang, okay, let's do it. And to be completely honest, I was trying to like push the responsibility of being that male leader off. And this is how I was trying to make it a all gender retreat at first. And I was trying to involve my wife with it, and like we do like retreats with our wellness business. So, and we took like 15 people out to Arizona before and did different things. So I was just like, oh well, maybe we should just collaborate. Me, my wife, Indigo. We can have like a few different people. We can make it like a full retreat. Anybody can come. But then I was like, no. And I was like, okay, men's retreat. Any type of any type of culture, like black man, white man, Spanish, Cuban,
Yeah.
whatever, because men need healing
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Then I was like, do I feel bad for just saying black men? And I felt like me just saying black men, I felt like that was a bad thing. Like black men
Yeah.
retreat, like only you got to
Yeah.
be black man to come. I felt like,
Yeah.
well, why am I Xing out the other men? They're
Yeah.
cool too,
Yeah.
but like no, we're different. We need to have our own space as a black man because nobody lives in a black man's shoes and knows what it's like to be a black man, but a black man. And I just locked in, and I told, and the guy was like, yeah, we gonna do it, bro. And I really started to plan it, and I put the money into it in order to solidify things. And I said Black Man's Retreat, and I put the flyer out, and it just started going crazy on social media. People started sharing it. I'm definitely in immense gratitude for the women, the goddesses that shared it, told men about it. We have some men here that came based on recommendations from their partner. So to be completely honest, I know my purpose. My purpose is obviously, my gift is music, but my purpose is to uplift
Man.
others with the power of my leadership, and most like and more along the lines of like men, through the power of like my words and my actions and organizing things like this. But my gift is music. Like I have a natural gift of
No,
music,
you do.
but my purpose is this. So
Wow.
yeah, bro. This is all newfound information that I'm telling you. during this retreat right now.
Wow.
Before this retreat, I still wasn't in this space, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like really lock in and like
Yep.
just accept it
Yep.
and not like run away from the spotlight, bro. Because I don't
Yep.
really like spotlights. I like to really
Wow.
be behind the scene. Yeah,
Really?
I don't like to be like the center of attention, man.
Really?
Yeah, and the music brings that, but like,
Yeah, because that's like a part of the game right there.
I know. When I do music, I'm like not myself. I'm like in a different like body.
You got
like,
a alter ego, like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
tap into
Yeah.
a different mode.
Yeah, because it's just like I'm not myself. It's a whole different vibe. And then like when I stop music, I'm like, boom, all right, I want to chill and be like in the cut. Like I don't really want to be like the leader, like you were saying. And you was like, yeah, if we have 40, 50 people, it triples, quadruples. Like you're gonna have to like make sure like that thing be structured. Like this time we're getting up, and I'm like, I was telling them, I was mentioning like I don't really know if I want to do that, but why am I running away from that responsibility when duty calls? Like, what is that in me? And I'm still discovering that.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Am I too chill? Do I just want to make things like too chill? Like, do I need to be more like step into that power, and then that'll help other men to like be more disciplined and serious about it?
I
Am
think
too
the
lax?
thing is, I feel like you can be chill. Like you building a team. Like you got Indigo, it's like you can be chill, and you can have people that can keep the structure up too if you wanted to.
I
like
can hire like a drill sergeant, like a Major Payne.
You can hire me
You
because
need
I'm
to get up right now
and
meditate.
Honestly, that'd be me. Like I get people up.
Oh yeah,
bro.
you was knocking on tents this
yeah,
morning,
I'm knocking
bro.
on tents.
You almost gave Indigo a panic attack. Like, yo,
I was like, bro, get up.
He was triggered.
Get up, bro. Get up, bro. I'm sorry. I know you're resting, bro, but it's time to get up.
It's time to get
because I
going,
knew
man.
Olu was trying to get the yoga in.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let me get people up. But
Yeah.
definitely, so it's like that's beautiful though. That's a beautiful mission. That's a beautiful purpose, and you still unpacking it too. Like
yeah, it's
still
vulnerability.
fresh.
I'm not just everybody sees stuff and be like, oh yeah, peace is locked in. He's like divine yogi. He knows his purpose since he was born. Like, bro, I'm still figuring this shit out, bro. Like, it's the day by day, bro. But it's about like, yo, just figure it out as you do it. Don't sit and think all day about it. Just like, at least I try. At least I put effort into it. Like, and I'm still figuring it out. Like, just like you with the podcast, you doing it episode by episode. You learning, you growing, you figuring it out. Like next time we could wear like bubble suits.
Oh,
so in nature, so
we could be.
the
Hey,
ants
that's
don't get us.
look, we can have fun with it. That'd be funny, actually.
Yeah, bro.
But that's what it's all about. Like how you said, we all figuring it out. Everybody don't have it together, y'all. I'm sorry to break the bubble. I don't have it together. Okay, sometimes I be a mess.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what to do. Sometimes I be unorganized. Sometimes I be discombobulated. Earlier this year, I was discombobulated. Actually, we just having a vulnerable conversation. Just trying to figure out how can I organize everything and still have a peace of mind too while I'm at it. Cause we also doing this, but we still have we are part of the system too. You got money to make. You got to make sure your house is paid, your house rent is paid, and your rent, your car note, and all of these things too at the same time. Like it's you still have to with your responsibilities take care of that. Like, so it's still a balancing thing. It's still a learning thing. Like. To be spiritual or whatever, be tapped in, like you can't just do what we doing like every single day then, and you got all these responsibilities, then you gonna come back and you gonna be late on rent and stuff like that. So it's like it's still things we figuring out. So it's just like for the viewers at home, it's like it's okay where you at right now. It's okay if you don't have it all together right now. It takes time to understand your purpose. It takes time to understand your life mission. Some people might find that life mission at 21 years old. Like, hey, like you're a lucky one. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned mine when I was 26, around this 26, 27. And that's when I knew I'm like, I know exactly what I came here for. But that took some time. And just even if you're 30, 31, 32, you don't feel like you can still find that. Like it's not over.
And it changes too. It changes.
Yeah.
Like your purpose in life. You might think you know exactly what it is, but that might be your purpose for the next 5-10 years. And then after that, you have a whole new purpose. That's like a person who has like a successful acting career, and they've done all these moves and different things, and next thing you know, they start a nonprofit for children or start creating schools in Africa, and they find like a purpose where that's their mission in life. It's like, yeah, now I'm building schools in Africa. I've won 10 Grammys, and yeah,
Yep.
it changes. So you don't have to always believe that there's just one thing that you're going to be doing and that's your purpose. Like, we live in cycles: fall, winter, spring, and summer is a cycle, right? Nature goes in cycles. So why would we think that we don't change? Come
That's
on, man.
exactly right.
Bomb drop. Drop the
Oh my
bomb, bro.
gosh, that's a mic drop right there. But I want
Yeah.
to ask you, okay, one more thing, and then we can wrap it up. Is there anything you want to give to the viewers? Any last words that you want to give to the people that they can take with them and can really sit with them?
Yeah.
You have some final words?
Yeah, I would say that no matter what you feel you're capable of, if you have a thought process that you need to do something, just try it. Try, put effort to it. The voices in your head, it's always going to tell you you shouldn't do it, because your comfort zone is where your body's most capable to be successful at. The knowing space, I call it. So if your body knows because it's experienced it before and it's comfortable there, you're not going to want to do something else. That's okay. We're built to be that way. But just try and do it, and you will literally thank yourself. It will feel amazing. So I'm challenging all the black men out there. If you don't journal, journal. If you don't meditate, meditate. And I'm not saying doing all these things. I'm saying try one new thing in the next week. If you don't go for a walk by yourself every rising, do a 10-minute walk. If you don't do 20 push-ups, do 20 push-ups. Start with something that puts time for yourself, that you could dedicate yourself for. That's not for your wife or your girlfriend or your friends or your partner or your children or your cousin, your aunt, your mom. Something that is just literally for your benefit, that you can hold accountable for yourself. Start with that. And remember to just try. You can't fail if you just try. There's no such thing as failure. There's only attempting and then adjusting and then attempting again. Ashe.
I say, brother. Now, where the people can find you, Instagram handles, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever events.
Yeah,
If you have any of those coming up.
Yeah, so it's on Instagram, THA peace of mind. That's like peace, PEACE of mind. THA peace of mind. And then the peace of mind on Spotify, on Apple Music, on any streaming platform. No underscore, just the peace of mind. I make really dope conscious hip hop music. It's affirmational.
He does.
Check it out, lock into it. And also I have a business with my partner, holistic wellness business. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a retreat home. We have a cold plunge tank, herbal body steam. We do sound healing. She does yoni steaming for the women, lingam steaming for the men, all types of healing modalities, detoxes. That is Love and Peace Wellness on all platforms. Love and Peace Wellness. And we also have YouTube where we do educational videos as well, teaching you about different healing modalities. So check that out. And most importantly, check out my guy right here. Hit a like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe.
You dig. Fast, quick. Make sure you do that. You have to do that because you're going to get more content like this, more vibes like this, more energy like this. And we're all walking back to the eternal light. Make sure you go within. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you tap back in with nature because it's waiting on you. It's waiting on you. And make sure, like he said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe soon, ASAP, immediately. And I'll see you next week. We out.
Peace.
Thank you, man.
Most definitely.
Let's go.
God mode.
God mode.